In this video, we will find out how the request for quote functionality works on the YoKart B2B-powered websites. The RFQ functionality allows customers to submit requests to charge discounted prices for bulk orders, by stating their requirements to the sellers. The sellers can then respond to these requests with pricing, delivery, and payment terms. Before we can move ahead, there are some points that need to be noted. First, there are two methods by which a buyer can purchase a product or service on the platform. The first is the RFQ method, where the buyers can request a quote for their requirements. And the next method is by directly purchasing the product or service for the fixed price set by the seller, by clicking on the Buy Now button. Second, by default, only the RFQ functionality is available for a buyer to place an order for any product. This happens when the admin decides that the product's prices should be hidden from the buyers. With this setting enabled by the admin, sellers will not be able to activate the direct purchasing method. And the complete platform will run on the RFQ option for completing a sale. Third, when the admin leaves the product's price visibility decision for the seller can activate the option to purchase a product directly for a fixed price, along with the RFQ functionality. To activate both the purchasing methods, the seller should select Yes, or select This to activate the RFQ option only. Under the RFQ option, two more options show up for each user. Select to hide the price accordingly. Kindly note that the resulting purchasing method settings are limited to only the products and services sold by the respective seller. With this clear, let us see how the settings work on the platform. Go to the admin's dashboard, click on the hamburger menu icon and scroll down. Under System Settings, click on General Settings to visit the General Settings page. From here, click on the Products tab from the left side navigation panel and scroll down to the end of the page. Under the Product's Price Visibility to Buyers setting, select No to display the price of the products to the buyers. And select Yes, to hide the service or product's price at the store's front end from all the buyers. Two additional options appear to manage this setting for different buyers, including the guest users and the logged-in users. The admin can choose to hide the price on their own for each user by clicking on Yes, or leave it for the sellers to decide. In this example, select Yes for both options to restrict the seller from making any decision on price visibility or purchasing methods. Then, go to the seller dashboard, and click on the hamburger icon to expand the navigation menu. From here, go to the Manage Shop module, and then, click on the Store Settings tab. There is only one setting under this page. Since the admin has restricted the setting for the seller, a warning can be seen above the settings. Hence, the seller cannot change the settings here. From here, go to the front end of the website, log into the buyer's account, search for a product and go to the product page. The product price will not be visible here. Also, kindly note that this product does not have the Buy Now button since the admin has disabled this feature. When a customer clicks on the RFQ button on the product page, the Get a Free Quote pop-up form will appear. The customer needs to fill in the necessary details including the required capacity, required quantity, delivery date and time, and a comment for the seller. Remember to select, or add a new delivery address as well, before completing the form. Once done, click on Submit Request. The requests submitted by customers will be forwarded to both the seller and the admin user. Each of them can then view it on their respective dashboards. Go to the seller's dashboard to view the request. Click on the sidebar menu icon. Then, scroll down to the Sales section, and click on Offers Management. All the offers that have been submitted since the beginning of the business are listed under this module. This is the request that was just submitted by the customer. Kindly note that the entry has the value 1 for the number of unread quotations column. This means that the offer has not been read yet. Click on View to visit the request listing page. Kindly note that the status for this request is in progress here. Click on the View button again to open the request detail page displaying all the buyer's details. The requirements submitted by the customer are listed on the left under the Buyer Original Offer section. On the right side, the sellers can quote an offer for the customer, or in other words, the seller can offer a price to the buyer for the submitted requirements in the seller quoted offer form. Add in the details. Keep in mind that the shipping cost added will be a flat charge. The seller also needs to add the number of days for which the quote will be valid. This will be considered the deadline after which the buyer will have to request a new offer. Once all the details have been filled in, click on the Submit button. The quoted offer submitted as a response will be listed below in the offer listing section. Also, note that the status of this request has now changed to quoted. Moving further with the request, let us check the quoted offer on the buyer's dashboard. Log in to the buyer's dashboard, go to the side navigation menu, and under Orders, click on the My RFQ Requests module, which lists all the RFQs made over time. The quote sent by the seller will be visible here. Kindly note that the status is quoted. Click on View to check the details. The left section displays the buyer's original offer and the right section displays the quoted offer by the seller. The customer can respond to the quote from the offer listing section using any of the three buttons: Reject the offer, Accept the offer, or Place a counteroffer. As the name suggests, clicking on Reject Offer will terminate the request. All the terminated offers can be found under Cancellation Requests. Clicking on Accept will initiate the order and it will be moved to the Orders module, after which the order status can be viewed from there. And clicking on Counteroffer will provide the customer with a chance to send another offer to the seller. This is used when the offer submitted by the seller is not acceptable to the customer. Click on Counteroffer and submit the details. Kindly note that the customer cannot change the shipping price, but all the other details can be added accordingly. Once done, click on Submit. This will now be forwarded to the seller. It can be seen that the status of the request has changed to Buyer Counteroffer here, and the customer can also close the request by clicking on the Reject Offer icon. To view this counteroffer from the seller's end, go back to the seller's dashboard. Here, the seller has two options: to either accept it or place another counteroffer. The seller can place another counteroffer and follow all the previous steps again. And this process can go on until and unless either the seller or the customer accepts the offer, cancels it, or the validity period ends. To view the accepted offers, go to the Accepted Offers module. In addition to this, there is another module called the Re-Quoted Offers. Let us say that the validity added by the seller for an offer ends. In such a case, the buyer can request a re-quote from the seller. All the re-quoted offers will come under this module. After the re-quoted offer is made, the process of negotiation starts. The overall process, in this case as well, remains the same, which goes on until one person accepts the offer, and the validity doesn't end. Once the offers have been accepted and the order is placed, the status and order details can be tracked under Orders. This is how the RFQ functionality works. Let's build your B2B e-commerce marketplace with YoKart.